Welcome to Ithaki, the legendary home of Odysseus in the Ionian Sea. After a 10-year war in Troy and another 10 years lost at sea, this is where the hero of Homer's Odyssey fought to return. You'd think we'd know exactly where it is, but we don't. Scholars and archaeologists have debated its true location for centuries. Homer left detailed yet ambiguous clues about Odysseus's kingdom. The descriptions point to a specific place, but they don't quite match modern maps. Is modern Ithaki the right island, or is it somewhere else entirely? The search for the real Ithaca is a detective story blending literature, geology, and archaeology. Today we'll unravel this mystery, examining clues and exploring why the home of a great hero remains lost. It's a story about maps, myths, and the challenge of finding a place everyone has heard of. To find Ithaca, our primary source is Homer's Odyssey, a collection of geographical riddles. Homer describes Ithaca as low-lying and farthest out to sea towards dusk, with other islands lying towards the dawn. This passage has caused endless headaches, as Cephalonia, not Ithaki, is the westernmost island today. Homer also mentions landmarks like a harbor sacred to Phorcys, a cave of the nymphs, and Arethusa's spring. These feel like real-world directions, but they are common enough to match several places. The island is described as rugged and rocky, yet low-lying, creating a confusing picture. The mapping problem is the core of the debate. Was Homer a geographer or a poet? If he's a geographer, we need to find the island that fits. If he's a poet, we might be looking for a place that only existed in his imagination. Ithaca was the head of a small kingdom, implying a place of significance with a palace and resources. We're not just looking for a rock in the sea, we're looking for a Bronze Age power center. The descriptions are specific enough to seem real but vague enough to be elusive. Farthest out to sea towards dusk suggests west, but Ithaki is east of Cephalonia. How could Homer make such a fundamental error about the location of the main character's home? Generations have searched, hoping to finally say, this is it. This is the home of Odysseus. The fact that we're still talking about it today shows how elusive the answer remains. The search continues, blending literature, archaeology, and the enduring allure of a mystery. The quest for Ithaca is as much about the journey as the destination. This is the island of Ithaki, widely accepted as Ithaca. The name has persisted for millennia, a powerful piece of evidence. Comparing Homer's landmarks to the island reveals some matches. A bay resembles Phorcys' harbor, and Arethusa's spring is identified by locals. The rugged landscape fits Homer's description, a land of sailors and goat herds. However, Ithaki's location is problematic. It is not farthest out to sea towards dusk. It sits east of Cephalonia, blocking its view of the sunset. Archaeologically, no grand Mycenaean palace has been found on Ithaki. The finds suggest a settlement, not the capital of a multi-island kingdom. Despite these issues, Ithaki embraces its identity as Odysseus's home. The island's economy thrives on its mythological connection. For tourists and locals, this is Ithaca, and the feeling is one of certainty. The choice is whether to trust tradition and name or seek elsewhere. For many, the romance of the island is enough. It feels right, but for scholars, feeling right isn't enough. The search for hard proof continues, but the allure of Ithaki endures. The island's identity is intertwined with the legend, a testament to the power of myth. The debate persists, but the spirit of Odysseus lives on in Ithaki. The island remains a symbol of homecoming, a place where myth and reality meet. The search for Ithaca is a journey through history, literature, and the human heart. The mystery of Ithaca continues to captivate, a story that never truly ends. If modern Ithaki isn't a perfect fit, where else could we look? Wilhelm Dörpfeld, a prominent archaeologist, proposed Lefkada as Ithaca. He argued that in Homer's time, Lefkada was a peninsula, not an island. This could explain Ithaca being close to the mainland. Dörpfeld suggested the word island might have referred to a peninsula. He believed a channel separating Lefkada from the mainland was dug artificially. This reinterpretation allowed him to rearrange the map to fit Homer's description. Dörpfeld conducted excavations and found significant Bronze Age tombs. He believed he had found the royal cemetery of Odysseus. However, the Lefkada theory has largely fallen out of favor. The archaeological evidence was not conclusive, and no palace was found. Geologists believe Lefkada has been an island for thousands of years. The linguistic argument is not widely accepted by classical scholars. Without geological and linguistic support, the theory collapses. It remains a fascinating what-if in the search for Ithaca. If Ithaki is too small and Lefkada is a long shot, Cephalonia is next. It's the largest island, west of Ithaki, fitting the farthest out-to-sea description. Some suggest the names of the islands got mixed up over time. Cephalonia's scale suits a kingdom of Odysseus' stature. It's rich in Mycenaean-era sites, including impressive Tholos tombs. More Mycenaean tombs have been found here than on any other Ionian island. Robert Bittlestone proposed the Peliki Peninsula as the true Ithaca. He argued a sea channel once separated Peliki, making it an island. Geological surveys suggest the valley connecting Peliki is filled with marine sediment. This theory solves the farthest west problem but has its challenges. Cephalonia's fertile plains don't fit the rocky description. The geological evidence for the sea channel is debated. No definitive palace of Odysseus has been found on Cephalonia or Peliki. The search continues, with Cephalonia as a tantalizing candidate. It solves some riddles while creating others, keeping the mystery alive. The quest for Ithaca is a journey through history, literature, and the human heart. What if we're searching for something that never existed as a single location? Ithaca might be a place in the mind, not on a map. Homer could have worked with flawed or second-hand information. The Odyssey was composed long after the events it describes. Place names and geographical details could have become muddled. Ithaca might be a composite creation, a literary device. The poet could have combined features from different places. Geography itself is not static. The landscape could have changed. Earthquakes and sea level changes could have altered the region. The lack of conclusive archaeological evidence is significant. Odysseus's palace might have been destroyed or built over. The evidence is ambiguous, and the literary source is poetic. Each theory requires ignoring certain evidence to privilege others. The search for Ithaca reveals our need to connect stories to real places. The mystery endures, a ghost on the map, always just out of reach. Ithaca remains elusive, a testament to the power of myth and imagination. After all the analysis, where does that leave us? Here, on modern Ithaki. While scholars debate, locals have no doubt, this is Ithaca. The island has become a pilgrimage site for those who love the Odyssey. Visitors come to connect with the spirit of the story, not solve a puzzle. The locals have woven Odysseus' story into their identity. It's a source of pride, reflecting their resilience and love for home. The real Ithaca might be a question mark, but the spiritual Ithaca is here. The myth has become more powerful than reality, shaping the place. Belief gives locations a tangible sense of history. Perhaps the real Ithaca is the place that has kept the story alive. The island has carried the name and legacy for 3,000 years. The scientific search continues, but the cultural reality is powerful. The mystery has two sides, academic search and living tradition. Here on Ithaki, the story of the king who wanted to come home feels real. And maybe that's all that really matters. The search for Ithaca isn't over, branching into many directions. We've explored main theories, but each has smaller rabbit holes. The story is bigger than just the location. Where should we point our shovels next? One path is a deeper dive into archaeology, focusing on Mycenaean sites. We could examine evidence on Ithaki and talk to archaeologists. Alternatively, we could explore the symbolism of the myth. Why has the story of Ithaca been powerful for so long? Is Ithaca a real place, or a metaphor for any long journey's end? We could also create a travel guide for those wanting to visit. Show the best way to experience the magic of the place. Explore the science behind geological theories. Each angle offers a different way to view the mystery. The story of Ithaca is a detective story, travelogue, and philosophical treatise. Your curiosity will guide our next exploration into the ancient world. Which theory do you find most convincing? Modern Ithaki, Cephalonia's Peliki, or a poetic creation? The lack of an easy answer makes the mystery captivating. It forces us to engage with the past and question our sources. Let me know in the comments which theory has won you over. We have many more avenues to explore. If you'd like a deep dive into archaeological digs or the myth's symbolism, tell us. Your feedback helps shape our content. Thank you for joining this journey to one of the oldest geographical mysteries. It's a puzzle connecting literature, science, and our desire for a home. If you enjoyed this exploration, consider subscribing for more adventures.